talking to you. So let me just say that.
You just interviewed Prime Minister Modi.
Yeah, but Prime
मैं उससे ज़्यादा intimidate हूँ क्या?
The Prime Minister Modi was inside his house, so it was one-on-one. This is right in front of everyone in your Hyderabad.
My backyard, yes. Thank you.
But I'm very honored. But I have one question. But I was listening to you very carefully, and one of the things that you said is it is very difficult to be an entrepreneur in India. I want to ask you on behalf of everyone, how is it to be a politician? How is it to be you?
बहुत सारे गाली मिलते हैं जब सोशल मीडिया में आप एक्टिव होते हो ना प्रॉब्लम ये होता है कि बहुत कुछ सुनने को मिलता है सी earlier in the days when social media was not as important as it is today in our day-to-day lives politicians I guess were immune उनको नहीं समझ आता था कि लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि हर कोई आपकी आंखों के सामने आपके सामने तो कुछ नहीं बोलता है आपके पीठ पीछे बहुत कुछ बोलते हैं so after social media's advent I'm telling you, it is a huge, huge challenge being in public life, being a politician. But the good thing is you also get unadulterated feedback. You know exactly what people are thinking. You know exactly what is on their mind. You know exactly what is bothering them. So therefore, I guess it's a mixed bag. But I must give it to these guys because Hyderabadis have been way too kind. People of Telangana have been way too affectionate. So I can't complain and, the story has been great so far.
Yeah, but I think sometimes one of the things I was just thinking, and it's good that there's so many entrepreneurs, is like you said, we are very eager and quick to appreciate anything which is West, and be it Silicon Valley or everything else, and it also, leaders. But I just think somehow that we have to appreciate our own leaders, and I honestly think that I don't know you very well, but I definitely, whatever have tracked you, is that you're a very straightforward and you are a very good speaker. You speak very well and you've done and made things happen. And Funny was telling me recently that it's very difficult to say no to KTR. And I think we all need to give a big round. The anchor was saying, Tali bajaiye. Mujhe lagta hai a leader among us needs a standing ovation because we need strong, smart, young leaders. Right? Otherwise, we'll all keep going to. We'll all say, "Arey US में वो अच्छा था, Macron is handsome in France." But we need to appreciate what we have, and So I just thought that let me set context with that. But coming back.
एक minute. I've never heard anybody say Macron is smart. I've always heard people say Justin Trudeau and.
Yeah, I met both of them. And I really appreciated them. So I'm just appreciating, like somehow we have to do that. We have to have this thing of appreciating our own. So, KTR, Hyderabad, when will it be the #1 startup destination in India?
I have a question for you. When is your story having a lot more presence in Hyderabad? When are you putting more people on the ground here and moving your base from Bangalore to Hyderabad?
See, that is why.
Big round of applause for Shraddha so that she does.
That is why I was nervous to have this conversation because then you'll make me commit to something on stage, which I will not. But we will definitely have a very big presence. After meeting you, it's very hard to say no. So I'm here after a week.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, but tell us what we are seeing so many stories and so many things happening. But what more? What more?
I'll tell you what. In fact, I'll tell you an interesting story. A lot of people think, a lot of people assume that in a world where technology is all pervasive, in a world where technology has created a flat world and each country is a small village, that sort of jargon we keep hearing. I've realized one day in speaking to a very, very smart young man from Hyderabad that is not actually true. In fact, being in the same physical space matters. The reason why I say this is because you may be knowing about this gentleman called Sama Fanindra, who's the founder of Red Bus. I don't know if he's in the room somewhere. He's also the CEO of the Telangana State Innovation Cell. He leads our innovation efforts. So he was telling me one day, he's based out of Bangalore, while he's actually from Telangana. He's actually based in Bangalore. So when I actually met with Funny, I asked him, I said, why don't you invest? Because, a lot of young guys in Hyderabad are looking to people, to invest some time, some money, some efforts into them. He said, absolutely, I'm coming to Hyderabad, let me do that. So as soon as I came back to Hyderabad, I told a bunch of guys here that Funny is actually keen and he's looking to invest in Hyderabad. So some of them reached out to him. उन्होंने एक ने तो फ़ोन किया, किसी ने उनको ईमेल भेजा, कहा कि फ़नी मुझे मिलना है. तो फ़नी said, I'm coming next week to Hyderabad. I'll meet you there. But since he was in Bangalore, 2 दिन बाद किसी ने बैंगलोर में उनको एक मैसेज भेजा है कि मैं मिलना चाहता हूँ. Funny met him the same day, liked the idea, he invested in it.
Yeah.
Point I'm trying to make is physical proximity to your mentors, to your investors. I understand virtual mentoring, I understand all the things that are virtual. But there are certain things which are real and which cannot be substituted. When Hyderabad has a very strong network of mentors, a very strong network of venture capitalists, very strong network of private equity players, and a very strong network of your stories and our stories, and people who broadcast our success and relate to the world and attract attention to us, I think then Hyderabad can compete on an even keel. See, in terms of talent, there is abundant talent in Hyderabad. In terms of brilliance, there is abundance. But the problem is, there are not enough forums, there are not enough avenues, there are not enough people shouting from the rooftop and saying, there is a bloody brilliant idea here, why don't you come and pick it up? So when that network happens, I'm saying when, not if. When that happens, I think we can compete with Bangalore and other ecosystems across the world on an even keel. And I do believe that we will shine brighter than them and better than them also.
It's also one of the things that I keep hearing is that people say a lot of things are happening in Hyderabad, but what is happening to develop the ecosystem outside Hyderabad, in Telangana? Like, if you are from a small town, how do you develop yourself? How do you get that ecosystem?
मुश्किल है, मैं मानता हूँ. It's a bit difficult. It's more of an uphill task, especially if you're from outside of Hyderabad. Because being in Hyderabad, it does have a locational advantage, like I pointed out. But if you're from outside, it is a bit more difficult. But we're doing 2-3 things which might help, which might be of help. Government of Telangana, in fact, has created what I alluded to, called as the Telangana State Innovation Cell, which is now going around creating fellowships, creating avenues in rural colleges, rural high schools, attracting them and goading them to pursue entrepreneurship. The second thing we are also doing, in fact, our state's higher education council is now in active dialogue with the state's universities to offer course credits for entrepreneurship. That might also spur some more entrepreneurship in the rural areas. The third thing I'll point out, we do have a rural technology policy. We do have a lot of rural innovators who come up to us, who meet us, and who talk to us on how they can go forward with the support of the state government. The last thing I would like to point out, like how in Hubli you have that sandbox. We also have some very bright young entrepreneurs who've come back. And in Nizamabad, we have the Kakatiya sandbox. There are a couple more sandboxes coming up across the state of Telangana. So all these together will, I'm sure, lead to some more, some more of the pots boiling.
So KTR, one question I had is, if you see the startup ecosystem in India per se, right now it's very software driven, right? Like it is like, be it Swiggy, Zomato, and they're doing incredibly well. But do you see that for Telangana, it has to be the same model, or do you think because it is a strong agri base, pharma base, it could be something different?
A lot of different things in Telangana that we could be doing. For instance, when we started working about 5 years ago, we did not focus on technology as a vertical alone. We looked at life sciences. In fact, Ajit here is sitting and he's been, in fact, in active correspondence and active dialogue and active engagement with all the research institutions such as CCMB, the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, National Institute of Nutrition, and a bunch of other scientific institutions which work in a variety of spaces. In fact, when Manohar Parrikar was the defense minister, we floated an idea. Hyderabad being, one of the defense hubs in India, we also wanted to create a defense incubator. IIT Hyderabad, when they launched their incubator, they focused on healthcare particularly. They also, of course, have digressed and do multiple things, but they focused on healthcare. Likewise, we have ICRISAT here, the International Crop Research Institute in Semi-Arid Tropics. They've launched an agri-tech incubator. So each of these institutions collaborates with the government and also with other incubators, and therefore we have a very vibrant ecosystem which doesn't necessarily focus only on fintech or agri-tech or one of the verticals. It is pretty different, pretty spread out, pretty different. And more importantly, we have T-Works coming up, which I believe will lead to a lot more young guys who are interested in prototyping, who are interested in actually, the physical, touchy-feely kind of workspace. I think it'll lead to more
So
and
you're
more.
creating a maker's space.
Absolutely. In fact, that's coming up soon. I think Jayesh can give you more details, but I think it's up. It's going to be up and running in the next 3 months.
Wow, wow. KTR, also, now that we're talking about the prototype space, again, one more segment I want to talk about. I loved the book and so many amazing entrepreneurs, but I was just thinking that why wasn't there awareness to get women on, and you seem to me a very forward, leader in this country, and why the miss here?
Well, I didn't write the book first.
Everyone was taking your
somebody who
autograph.
actually wrote the book, or the women and the men who wrote the book, have to walk up here and actually talk about it. But let me also point out, they actually shared with me that there is a next book which is actually exclusive to women entrepreneurs, so that's the good news. Now, about Telangana government's efforts, in fact, let me point out, back in 2017 when the Global Entrepreneurship Summit was held in Hyderabad, with the theme Women Empowerment.
Yeah.
On the concluding day, we had announced that India's first women entrepreneurship hub will be created in Hyderabad. And today I'm delighted, I'm happy that it is shaped up really well. I don't know if Deepthi is here. She leads it. She's somewhere here, I hope. I hope you can pay a visit. I hope you can talk to some of the women entrepreneurs there. And we also have 3 women-only industrial parks in Telangana. And they've also shaped up well. So hopefully, besides Anu Acharya, I'm sure there are many, many women entrepreneurs who want to emulate her, who want to outdo her, and who want to actually be very, very successful entrepreneurs and who want more books, come out in their.
But I have to congratulate you on this because I keep talking to different state governments and technical institutes, and they say, oh, we have money, but nobody comes forward to create a women's incubation. But if you've done it, that's a huge thing. This must be the only one in India.
I believe so. In fact, I believe this is the only one. We had Amitabh Kant here yesterday, and he interacted with many of the young women who work out of VHub and also possibly other ecosystems in Hyderabad. He was hugely appreciative. In fact, he took the time out, he called me, appreciated the state government for keeping up its word on the day, when we concluded GES. We promised it would be done. We have created it, so he was very appreciative. And he said, in fact, Jayesh was just telling me that Niti Aayog, in fact, might write to other states recommending that this be replicated across the country. So yes, it's a huge compliment for us.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
If all the entrepreneurs want to engage, you got Phanindra Sama and you got Best, I absolutely respect him a lot. If people want to participate with you, and people from Hyderabad and Telangana and all these amazing entrepreneurs, talent that you have, how do you plan to get them involved in helping the state grow?
In helping the state, one of the things we do, which we did when I was a minister, was that we offered that government would be your first customer. If you actually have a bright idea, we could allow you to do a proof of concept with the government. For instance, Prem was just telling me that this drone thing that he's built, which can go after water hyacinth and mosquitoes in lakes, the sewage problem which creates it. He's welcome to work with us. Similarly, whenever a startup approached us, whenever a young enterprise approached us, we actually, through our policy, offer them a preferential, allotment. We offer them an opportunity to work with us. And once they're successful, obviously, the world is at their feet and they can, lap it up.
Now, KTR, I've asked you all amazing questions. Now I want to ask you some personal questions.
Yes, please.
So, what should be the personal question that I should ask you is, I'm very intrigued that you studied, you were in US and you've come back here and you've become such a face in politics. How is it? Was the transition easy or is it
No, it's
something you thought always you'll do?
I'm a second generation politician. I mean, I'm from a political family, so, I'm not somebody who had to fight up the ladder to get into politics. So that was easy. But of course, when you walk in as a second gen guy, be it an entrepreneur or be it a politician or be it a sports personality or whatever, you do have big shoes to fill. So therefore, that there is an expectation of you. So therefore it becomes that much more difficult to live up to, that expectation. But end of the day, I think being somebody's son or daughter or being somebody's, relative can only take you so far. Beyond that, because it serves only as an entry pass, beyond that, it's all you. Whether you're capable, whether you're good enough, whether you can stand to the scrutiny, etc., etc. So the fact that I've won 4 elections already, I guess I must be doing all right, so doing okay.
Yeah, but tell us, because I'm very intrigued with politics. Somewhere you just think that politicians are very shrewd and cunning and conniving, and you have to be really, you have to be really, what should I say? You have to be really bad to be a successful.
गाली गलौज करना होता है.
हाँ भाई. हाँ, और गुंडे टाइप के होते हैं.
हाँ, कभी का एक बार करना होता है. आप सब लोग नहीं करते हो क्या निजी जिंदगी में? You all, I'm sure, have at some point have said a lot of things that you're not very proud of. So it's just that we are more on camera. So कभी का एक बार हो जाता है. Part of life, yeah. We're all human.
And do you learn to develop a thick skin, or you always had that?
No, I still don't have thick skin. I have very low tolerance for criticism, is what a lot of people tell me. So yeah, it's good to be sensitive. It's good to be sensitive in politics, because when you develop a thick skin, it doesn't matter what people think, what they say about you. But if you're a bit sensitive, if you're a bit sensitive to criticism, comments, suggestions, then I guess that side of that compassionate side of you comes to the fore. And if you stop being sensitive, I think you should stop being in politics and being in public life also. Because once you stop being sensitive, you can't respond to people's needs, you can't respond to people's ideas or, their concerns.
Yeah. That's a great, I'll tell next time in my board meeting if someone says you're sensitive and emotional. Because that's generally looked down, right, in our country.
Especially among males. अगर कोई बच्चा बोलता है कि मैं sensitive हूँ थोड़ा ज़्यादा, तो उसको थोड़ा अजीब सा देखते हैं, वो तो है.
In startup world, the benchmark for entrepreneurs is कि unicorn बनना है. I have to be, $1 billion company. As a politician, what is your aim? कि क्या बनना है?
See, politicians, unfortunately, we are subject to constant scrutiny. अगर इस देश में कोई ऐसा class of work है जिसको हर किसी को कोई शिकायत किसी से है, तो शायद वो पॉलिटिशियन पहला है. और दूसरी बात, हमारे ब्यूरोक्रेट्स के बारे में भी लोगों का राय इतना ज़्यादा, except Jayesh is a good guy. So except Jayesh Ranjan, I don't think there are, there's a great deal of respect for either politicians or bureaucrats. So yes, you do have your own off days. But, we are subject to constant scrutiny, especially in the world of social media. Every day, something happens somewhere and you are asked the question कि ऐसा आपने क्यों किया या आपने ऐसा क्यों नहीं किया, etc., etc. So, yeah, there are those days when you feel कि क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं इसमें? What am I doing here? Do I even fit in? Or do I even need this? But then there are those days when you actually feel gratified, that you've done something good and you get a lot of compliments, you get a lot of good feedback. So therefore, like anything else, it's a mixed bag. I'm sure you have your good days and bad days at your story. So therefore, you got to take it as a territorial thing. Yeah. Nothing more, nothing less.
And if you have to say to all of us that, in hindsight, if you see, at least for the tenure you've been a politician, what have you done right which has worked for you?
मेरा अभी innings खत्म नहीं हुआ.
नहीं.
You make me sound like some old politician just because I have a graying beard here. And
No,
see,
because
my innings is not over yet. It has just begun. So therefore, I'll answer your question on what I've done right versus wrong. Maybe when I'm of the age of either Sharad Pawar or कौन है देश में? Or Narendra Modi ji, I don't know.
Oh, no.
When I'm 68, 69, maybe then.
No, but still tell us what you would be saying, that reflecting and saying, hey, these are one or two things, I am on the right path. These are things that work for me.
Well, one of the things I'm proud of is, see, I do anything with conviction. When I do something, I do it with all my heart. There are no half measures. So when I was Minister of IT and Industry, I worked wholeheartedly. I made sure, along with a good team, of course, Jayesh and others, we made sure that Telangana's presence in India was felt, and Telangana, in fact, in a very short span of time, emerged onto the scene as a very vibrant state which delivers on its promises. That's something I'm very, very upbeat about and very, very happy about. But there are a lot of other things which in hindsight, you look back and say, I could have done that better. Of course, that, applies to all of us. So I'm happy about the ground we have covered, but there are miles to go before we sleep, like they say. Yeah.
I just wanted to share with everyone. So first time I saw KTR was in Bangalore. So there was this event of Kalari Capital. They had this annual event. And so KTR was very suited and properly dressed. It was a fancy event with all big investors and everyone. And, we were all sitting and enjoying the great weather. And he comes on stage, and it's an open stage, open air. And he comes on stage and he says, as of course with his high energy face and all that, and he says, what do you have in Bangalore? What do you guys have in Bangalore? Except the great weather, there's nothing. Everything else is in Telangana. And I was just thinking, look at the audacity and this confidence of someone coming in a room. He was the only one, and I think, Jayesh, you were also there. And I was just thinking, who is this guy who's coming? And everyone was shocked. All of us were like, you just have the weather, but you had that confidence.
See, Bangalore has, I'll tell you what we have and what they don't.
Oh, no.
See, Chennai has terrible humidity, right? Terrible humidity and a bad government. Secondly, Bangalore has a weak government, lots of traffic, and lots of other terrible things I'm not going to talk about. Delhi has smog, and they also have Arvind Kejriwal, unfortunately. Bombay is Bombay. Hyderabad has a great ecosystem. We also have fantastic biryani. We have a decent government. And we have lots of good, young, vibrant entrepreneurs. So,
see, you won your audience. You're amazing, Mr. KTR. Now, can I ask you last question? Do we have time, or I'm running out of time? One last question. I would again get you to tell me that it is 2019. We are entering July. What can we expect from this startup? The work you're doing for startup and entrepreneurs. What's your big vision in the next 1 or 2 years here? I'll not ask 5 years because time bahut dur hai.
5 years is too long a time. See, two things. One, like I said, when I said this to Prime Minister Modi, I meant it. When he asked all of us a pointed question, he said, 75 साल हो गए आज़ादी के, क्या करना चाहिए? नया भारत बनाने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए? मैंने जब उनसे कहा कि इनोवेशन पे ध्यान दीजिए, मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा था, मैं ऐसे ही नहीं बोल रहा था, मैं जनरली कोई स्पीच नहीं कर रहा था, क्योंकि बहुत बुरा लगता है जब भी हम बाहर जाते हैं कोई भी देश और वापस आते हैं, especially in this world where all of us are very mobile, we travel the world, you feel terrible. You feel terrible about so many things. So one of the things I think we all need to be focused on, as governments especially, as people in government or as party that is in government today, is that there are a lot of bright young people out there who are extremely restive, who are extremely restless. उनको कुछ करना है, बेचैनी बहुत है. Unless we address their aspirations properly, that will result in a huge backlash. And the only way a government can address it, in my humble opinion, is by staying out of it. And the reason why I say this is because, like you pointed out, I lived in the United States for about 8 years. उन 8 सालों में, in those 8 years, I've only had to go to a government office once. Now that's, in my opinion, ideal government. जो आपके रास्ते के बीच में कोई रुकावट ना डाले, जो आपको अपना काम करने दे, आपको एक ऐसा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और ऐसा फैसिलिटेटिंग एनवायरनमेंट दे जहां आप चाहे एंटरप्रेन्योर हो, चाहे एक एम्प्लॉई हो, चाहे कोई और भी हो, आप महफूज हो, सेफ हो, और your investment is safe and you have a conducive business environment where you can just go about doing your business and where free market. can determine the success or failure of your enterprise. I think if we can make some progress toward that direction, I think that would be ideal government in my head. Ease of doing business is something that we've been able to crack. In the last 2 years, Telangana stood number one on Government of India's rankings. Going forward, I do hope and I do pray that we as a country move from 100, I think we have ranked in the world's ease of doing business, to possibly to the top 10, and thereby giving all these young guys, the world on a platter, and, making sure free market helps them with their entrepreneurial ideas. That's all I will say.
Okay, one last, I want you to say this because you told me, and after that I Googled about the lift irrigation project, and when I was writing the article I Googled, and I personally felt very proud that Washington Post, New York Times, everyone has said that it's the largest irrigation project in the world. And I thought somewhere we all need to celebrate it more because, when you said, I thought, hoga, magar world ka sabse bada nahi hoga. But it is, and I would say that if you could tell us all so that we all go back feeling proud that we have something like that here in Telangana.
Absolutely. In fact, what Shraddha is referring to is the new project, the new lift irrigation project called Kaleshwaram, which was dedicated to the nation on the 21st of June by our Honorable Chief Minister. It's the world's largest multi-stage lift irrigation project, the world's largest project completed by the youngest state in India in a record time of 3 years. See, what we ought to be proud of is on 2-3 counts. One, earlier, any project in India used to take decades, not even years, decades to complete, especially irrigation works, because there is the issue of designs, there is the issue of environment, there is the issue of money, etc., etc. Now, all those have been addressed in a project which can irrigate 45 lakh acres of land, which can really tilt the scales and bring about a lot of economic vibrancy to our state, has been completed in a record time of 3 years. But दूसरी बात ये है कि जब तक न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स ने इसको रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया, जब तक वॉशिंगटन पोस्ट ने रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया, श्रद्धा शर्मा ने भी रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया. ये गलत बात है. नहीं, but I'll tell you why. Lot of times, I'm not ragging you. Lot of times, actually I am. Lot of times, हमारे कोई आदमी बहुत ग्रेट है, ये जानने के लिए भी हमें बहुत वक्त लगता है. मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि when I was growing up, I grew up in Sachin Tendulkar's time. Sachin was obviously a hero for all of us. My favorite was Rahul Dravid, but Sachin was a hero for all of us. But जब सचिन तेंदुलकर के बारे में डॉन ब्रैडमैन ने कहा, ये तो मेरे जैसा खेलता है, he's like me, he's cut in my mouth. Only then we all sat up and took notice and said, wow, this guy is actually great. He's an all-time great. Point I'm trying to make is, it should not come to some, foreign agency recognizing our efforts or our projects and saying, you guys have done a great job. I think we have to get out of that colonial mindset and start, recognizing our own achievements.
I praise the lift irrigation. You have to say that we have to start recognizing and get people to read your story. I've written about it.
Can I say that once she moves to Hyderabad, we'll all be on your story. That will be our homepage. We all love you, Shraddha. We'll make sure that your story has a lot of fan following and a huge base in Hyderabad. Welcome to Hyderabad. Move away from Bangalore. Anything can happen in Bangalore. Lots of good things can happen in Hyderabad.
Thank you, KTR. It was an absolute pleasure.
Cheers.
We want to see you right at the top. I won't say let's keep the milestone. Abhi to aapki shuruaat hai.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Let's give a big round of applause to him. It's amazing conversation.
Thank you so much, Shraddha. I request both of you to please stay back on the stage, and I request Mr. Raj to please join Shri K.T. Ramarao sir to present a